Can someone confirm if you
Yes.
can share screen? Yeah. Yeah. Hey everyone. My name is Ram. So I'll be your Salesforce instructor for today from Career ID. Yeah. So before we start, yeah, I'll just share about my experience. This is my 15th year in Salesforce. I worked on different products of Salesforce and played multiple roles. Started my career as an admin and then moved to development and now into architecture. Right, worked on sales, service, marketing, Einstein, MuleSoft, integrations, and many more other products of Salesforce. Yeah. And coming to the training, it's been um, around 9 years that I'm into training. I do know it's very less experience compared to many other folks in the market, but yeah, I trained around 1,700 members, especially in all these products that I worked on. Yeah. Now, anyone knows anything about Salesforce before you came here? Yeah, I just want to make this a bit more interactive rather than just me giving some gyan on Salesforce. Rather, try to be a bit more interactive so that we'll also get to know that what you understand and what are you expecting in the session as well. Yeah, Nivan?
It's a kind of CRM tool. It's and we do receive like lead and then convert them into a opportunity for the business kind of thing.
Okay. Anyone else? No. Can anyone explain this image?
We do have an idea. Based
Okay.
on that idea, you have purchased set up hardware, and then based on that hardware, you do install required softwares, and then
But
you
idea
have
for
sorry,
idea for what?
maybe business idea. Yeah, it's for building the app.
Perfect. Yeah. So, I mean, before Salesforce, right? Rather, we discuss, I mean, directly into Salesforce, like maybe couple of decades back, right? We don't have cloud. Salesforce is a cloud-based platform, right? So before cloud, what used to happen? Any of the legacy platforms like Java, Oracle, or C++, all this. So if you want to design an application which makes actually the end user life easy, so first thing, yes, you need to see a problem statement. For that, you should get an idea, right? And to start building that application, you need the environment to be set up, right? Like basic hardwares and softwares, securities, reporting structure, everything. Then you can start building the application. This process, yes, usually it will take around a year, right? But when it comes to cloud, what will happen is you will have some service provider sitting somewhere in the world. You can approach him by asking for space in their servers, in their environments, right? So that you can start building your own application rather than thinking about the maintenance things like server setup or installing softwares, all this, right? So this is what is your on-premise app. Sorry. This is what is your on-premise application, which is your legacy platform, where the resource owners, which means you who is going to build the application, have to take care of everything. But when it comes to cloud, of course, cloud has been divided into three parts. One is infrastructure, platform, and software as a service, right? Here, what will happen is half of the jobs will be taken care by the service providers. For example, your storage, your networking, servers, virtualization, everything will be taken care by them. The rest half you should be taking care of. Like, for example, if you take Amazon Web Services, they'll say, boss, I'm giving you a black box. Here, you can do anything. But in that anything, you have to set up your own operating systems. You have to define your own application, runtime errors. You have to handle the integration points. You have to handle everything, right? Of course, yes, there is half work that you have to do, but most of them, majority of them, are taken care by the service provider. But when it comes to platform as a service, this is where your Salesforce comes into picture. The platform of Salesforce is called as force.com. Here, what happens is, first, you don't have to do anything. Come start building your application because the software is need for it, the middleware is need for integrations, everything is ready. No, you just jump in, come up with your idea, build your application, rest all I'll manage. This is what platform as a service says. When it comes to software as a service, the best example is your Facebook or your Teams, the one that we are using now. So what are these? These are some softwares built in as an application, but provided to the end user as a service, right? We are just using it as a service. And Salesforce is also there in SaaS, right? Where I think one of you told me that, okay, it's about a CRM. So it has almost all the applications that are required for CRM, right? For example, sales, service, marketing, communities, right? All this. So these will be given to you as a default applications. You just have to know how to utilize them. And when I say that these will be given to the end user as the default application, end user must understand that these are defined at market standards. Okay, what it is. For example, what does Mercedes do? They'll sell cars, correct? What does Rolls Royce do? They sell cars, right? What does Maruti do? They sell cars. Everyone, they are into automobile industry. But will the sales process of Maruti and Rolls Royce the same? No, right? For example, Maruti launches a new model. How you'll get to know that Maruti have launched a new model? Before 1 year or before 6 months, they'll start posting ads, TVs, YouTubes, social medias, or anywhere in the markets, right? But have you ever seen a single ad posted by Rolls Royce in your lifetime? No. For them, it's not required, right? Customers will run behind. They will choose the customers. But in Maruti, it doesn't matter. You have money, I have product, you want it, I'll give you. Simple. Which means even if we are into the same business, our sales process is not same. It might change. So for example, in this case, Maruti, what does it do? It'll post an ad, people will look at it, they'll become an inquiry for Maruti, and the respective salespersons who are speaking with that inquiries will convert them to business, which is the customer, and then customers will buy the product and they will provide service. Correct? This is the standard. But when it comes to Rolls Royce, of course, where people will go, but based on the level or the stature of the person who went to Rolls Royce will choose the customers and they will sell the product, which means there is one step reduced here, marketing. Rolls Royce will never do marketing. So I'm not saying that Rolls Royce is high or Maruti is less. Everyone has their own market capitals, but the process they follow, right? And now what does Salesforce do? What Whatever is standard in the market, which is more or less not just Maruti, right? Any other market, any other company, if they want to sell a product, they have to do marketing. Same thing. So here we will have a feature where it will help you to capture what kind of marketing you are doing, what kind of people you are getting as an inquiries, And is there a process? It will help you to define a process to convert them to your customers and support them post conversions. So such entire end-to-end process, it has been defined in Salesforce already. Now some of you will say, okay, yes, as you are stressing it again and again at market standard, what if I have only 70% I'm following as per market and the other 30% I'm not? Then, of course, Salesforce will allow us to tweak the existing application according to our business need so that it fit for our purpose. Right? Now, someone will say, yeah, I don't even need this. I want to build my own application, which is not for the market, maybe for my company's internal process. For example, um, a very simple example is your leave management system. Right? So I do have a lot of employees, they have managers. So whenever they are applying leave, as of now, the communication is going through emails, but I want to build a tool. Is that possible? Now, you don't need sales for this, you don't need service for this. It's an internal tool built on some custom tables, right? Because it should speak about number of leaves that a person can have, and at the same time, it should show the number of leaves that are given, holidays that are given by a company, and it should also mention about, it should also calculate about the holidays in between, like Saturdays and Sundays, all this. So can the standard applications which is provided by Salesforce or any other system can think about it? No. It's you who have to define it, feed it to the system, saying that this, there's a holiday, there's a weekend, right? Or let's say during COVID, there are a couple of offices where they have shut down the organization for a couple of days and a couple of weeks. All those things have to be taken care as a special case, right? Such things can be built in Salesforce on your own without using the standard. Will it support? Yes, because the moment you are buying a SaaS license, you already have the entire infrastructure to build that, right? So this is what.
Ram, we are not hearing anything.
Hello. Hi. Am I audible now?
Yeah, Ram.
Yes, Ram.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I think the browser got crashed. It's not about the internet connection. I'm not sure. But yeah, there is some issue in Chrome, it seems. It got crashed. And I just got a consultancy call. Okay. May I know where did we
The
lost
first slide which you are showing for the clouds, right? Cloud technology. That is where we got stuck and then it doesn't go anything.
this one?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, okay. I'm really sorry here. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So when it comes to cloud computing, right? So you have three different services: infrastructure, platform, software. Infrastructure is your best example is your Amazon Web Services, right? Where they'll give you a black box and the rest, like to build the application, you need a software, which is an operating systems, and the softwares that you need, or the middlewares for integrations, all these things you have to take care. And that's what your Amazon Web Services does. The point is like, okay, if I thought of going with cloud computing, why should I even think about the rest? So why can't a system give me a platform? That's where your platform as a service comes into picture. So here also there are multiple products. In this, Salesforce also comes into picture. So Salesforce comes with a platform called force.com. So this is where we can build our application directly. Right? You don't have to think about, okay, whether my system configuration, whether my system configuration fits for this, or whether whether I have to install any new softwares and all. You don't have to think about it. You can directly implement. Last one is software service. So this is where your Salesforce licenses comes into picture, where you will get the default applications, right? For example, sales, service, marketing, all these things will come as a default applications to you. And according to your requirement, you can either use them or tweak them according to your business needs, right? For example, the standard sales process is like you will have advertisements, then you'll get the inquiries, then inquiries will be converted to your customers. Then so once a customer is converted, you will get what do you call you will sell the product. Suppose that your service process starts, right? Everything is taken care in Salesforce, which means a process is defined. Now it is up to you whether to use it or tweak it according to your business needs, right? So this is how the cloud works. Now these are some of the examples of different products who are working in different types of cloud computing. Yeah, this is important. Now one of you said, right, Salesforce is CRM. What is CRM? Anyone?
Customer relationship management.
What is it?
It is a which is holding all the customer related information like a customer database kind of thing.
Uh, no, it's just a process which will tell you how to handle your customers. That's it, right? Uh, for example, yeah, you went to a automobile showroom. Let's say you want to buy uh, a Benz car. So there are two showrooms in the city. So you went to showroom A, and you inquire about some model, right? And salesman came and he said like, okay, this is what it is, and you are asking for some discounts, or you started doing the negotiations. He's not ready to do any negotiations. He said like, boss, this is what it is. You want to buy, or you buy it, or please leave. And he said he left the space. Then you went to showroom B, and there also you inquired about the product in the car, and you got all the details. First that you started negotiating, and the other person he also didn't give you any discounts, but he spoke with you very politely, right? And he have came up with the reasons, and he said like, okay, I can't give you any discount, but he said like, I'll give you some complimentaries. Maybe I will extend your service period, or I'll give you one free service, something like that. And it is not much worthy actually, right? But still, even you know that. But will you buy from showroom A who simply denied on your face? Definitely no, right? Why? Because the way the second salesperson in the second showroom spoke with you is very nicely, right? That is one. First, you will see the behavior and the service that they provided, right? This is what your CRM says. For example, let us say you went for a service. They said like you have to come in three. I mean, you come after 2 days. You went after 2 days. There is no service. They said like, okay, sir, we missed your date. Actually, there was some issue. I mean, now we'll start it. So please come after 2 days again. So it will become 4 days. Okay, you went again. Fourth day, they said like, no, no, one of our guy called Ram, he's on leave. Can you please come after 3 days? So service is bad, and at the same time, the communication is also bad. But in the second showroom, let us say, same service is bad, but they kept on updating you, saying that okay, after 2 days, someone called you up and said like, sir, we know that you have asked you to come in 2 days, but there are some technical glitches we found in the car, so it is delaying. Even if they delay this, as you are getting updates on the right time, you know what to do, you'll be okay, right? This is what is your CRM process tells you. It tells you when to interact with the customers, how to interact with the customers, how soon you have to register them and close the cases, all this. And Salesforce is one of the tools that are available in the market which follows CRM. Salesforce is not the only one which does CRM, but yeah, we do have a lot. Like it's there in Oracle, it's there in Microsoft, it's there in Zoho, many things, right? But why only Salesforce? Why people are targeting only Salesforce? But because it is faster, right? And when I say CRM process, it looks for the entire 360-degree view of a customer, right? So I want to sell a product. Yes, you can do marketing. For example, there is a product called Exact Target, which has been now acquired by Salesforce. When you are communicating, let's say I have 100 emails who are looking actually for a flat. Let's say I'm a real estate broker, right? Let's say no broker, for example, in Bangalore. I'm from Bangalore, by the way. So in Bangalore, when I thought of buying a flat a couple of years, so I inquired about a flat in a couple of marketing websites like No Broker, 100acres.com, etc., etc. And I kept on getting emails from all these places every day saying that yes, we did this, we did this, we did this, it's there, this product is there, this product is there, and all. At some point earlier, yes, I was very much curious to see all the areas because I don't know anything. Later on, I have decided to buy a plot or a flat in a particular area of Bangalore. Then I started concentrating only on the emails who was sending me the details of that particular area. Now, for example, no broker have sent me an email saying that there is a very big plot that is available in the Electronic City, which is too far for me. So I stopped ignoring it. Slowly, what happened? No broker stopped sending me emails because I'm not interested. Right? They started sending me emails on something which I'm interested, which means they, without even having any communication or any interaction with me directly, they understood my journey. Right? They understood my interest. Okay, this fellow is not interested in this. How? Because the product called Exact Target, which will help you to tell you like whether a customer have even opened your email or not. It'll tell you whether the customer have clicked the links that are available in your email or not. All this. Based on that, you can plan a journey for a customer. And that is there in Marketing Cloud. And you want to define a sales process, you have the sales process in Salesforce. And service, it's there in already. And you are aware of Amazon, right? So you want to buy a product, you go to Amazon, buy the product. Similarly, it's basically an e-commerce websites, right? So we can build our own e-commerce website using Salesforce. That is also available. And yeah, I don't need all this. So as I said, I want to build a custom application. Let's say a leave tracker in my organization. So my organization is big. I have thousands of employees. And we have a well-defined org structure. Now, sending emails for leads is not working out. I need a tool for it. Can I use Salesforce? Yes, you can. You can define each and everything where you, if you feed it right way, right? How many public holidays you have, how many weekends you have, and is there any abrupt holidays that you are giving to your organization, and how many holidays a person can take, what type of holidays, all this, if you have defined it well, right, you can build an application as well. Post this, you have a lot of data to analysis. You can make use of Einstein analytics as well. Now, one of the disadvantage of many tools or softwares in the market is, yes, they works very well when you're using it, but the point is they cannot communicate with other systems where they need a lot of middlewares. In Salesforce, we do have a product called MuleSoft, which will help you to connect with any system in the market. MuleSoft is again in a different company, and now it's been acquired by Salesforce. Now MuleSoft is a product of Salesforce. And employee experience is not that important. It works like your Google Docs, but it's not important. And of course, Salesforce is also closing it. It's not required. Then next one is very, very important, especially for you people, trailblazers. So every technology, right? Whenever every technology will do an upgrade in their systems, right? So for example, Java. So every year they'll release one version, a big notebooks or a lot of PDF documents they have to go through. But in Salesforce, what happens is it releases three updates in a year: summer, winter, spring. And what does it do? So there is a place called Ideas in Salesforce where you, being a customer or any developer working in Salesforce in any company for that matter, you can post your idea there saying that, okay, in this process, I think we need some feature. Now it will ask, it will up for voting. And let's say based on the number of people upvote that particular idea, it will pick that idea and it will start building a solution for that idea. And in the upcoming releases, you will get it. Apart from this, of course, they'll keep on upgrading their products, and each and every detail of that upgrading will be there in Trailblazer website where you can learn it. Right? And industries. So it has industry cloud now. So there is a company called Velocity. Most of the products of Salesforce are individual companies. Earlier, Salesforce have acquired them and built according to the Salesforce platform. Yeah. So there are two things here. One is, okay, aren't they not building anything? So they are simply acquiring, because whatever the product that you're speaking about, you are saying that, okay, this is the actual name of this company and Salesforce have acquired it. To an extent, yes. But the other thing is, if Salesforce have seen a very good product in the market, rather than building it again from scratch with their own ideas, it's like a kind of collaboration. They are acquiring it and then they are improving it 1,000 times. For example, 2 years back we got ChatGPT in the market, right? People said that it is free of cost. Everything got changed. A lot of open forums are there. You can discuss and all. Within 6 months, Salesforce came up with a product called Einstein GPT, which will do half of your job. It will help you to write your code also, right? Which means they are that aggressive. And of course, apart from these two, apart from all, so Salesforce have two portals. One is for partners and the other one is for success community. Two communities basically. Partners are like the people from, or the developers from IBM, Wipro, Infosys, all the service-based industries will be given a partner access where they can learn some extra materials, right? And success community is where all these developers will be there, but you can communicate with others by sending your queries, right? It's like Slack, right? There's And with this, Salesforce covers a 360-degree view from customers and from the developers as well, right? And these are different platforms that we have. We have it in mobile, even in blockchain. Of course, I didn't got a chance to work on blockchain, right? and it's there in communities, securities, flows, etc. etc. Any questions till now? Anyone? Hope I'm there. Yeah. Or is it very boring?
Yeah, basically, I do have a couple of questions like there will be people who doesn't have a experience. I mean, not related to Salesforce, but before start, I
Any
thought
idea?
of asking.
Any ID
Sorry.
background, right? Yeah. You're
Yeah,
asking
yeah,
about the people who don't have an ID background. Yeah, I'll go
yeah.
there like when I discuss about the course content.
Okay.
I'll tell you like what all we need to learn Salesforce. Yeah. Post that will I mean without telling that I won't even start the course content. I mean if you see I'm just speaking about Salesforce, but I'm not. I mean I didn't discuss anything about the content that we are going to discuss in future.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think I might need 2 or 3 slides, not more than that. Any other things apart from discussing about the course content or the experience, because those will be covered in the future sessions. I mean future slides, not sessions. Sorry. Okay.
So
So yeah.
why do you people call Salesforce 360?
Sorry.
I mean, in the previous slide, I usually Salesforce 360 degrees, not
Yeah.
360.
Yeah.
So why do you people call that?
Because it gives me a bird eye view on a customer, right? Right from sales to till the service, right? So it gives me a bird eye view. That's where it is called as being called as. I mean, basically, it is covering a customer with its product with in all the views.
So these are
That is,
the products Salesforce is holding, the sales,
yes,
service, marketing, commerce, apps.
yes.
Okay. And what is this right side one platform? It mentioned how it is interlinked with this 360.
Those will come by default. The moment you pay for that particular product license, right? You will have it on them. You can directly build it. You don't have to do any interconnections and all. Those comes with the default system. So we don't have to bother about it because that for that reason only you are paying it to Salesforce, right, to get those platforms.
Okay.
It's been defined or connected internally at the back end, and you won't have any actions or access to see how these things are interrelated at the back end. Okay. And of course, whenever we see a problem, right, Salesforce will have a support engineers who will support us as well. Now, yeah, so it's like an apartment again, right? You will have a dedicated space in their server and you can start using it. And advantages, yes, in apartment, if you go right, like you will have shared resources like water, power, or the maintenance and all. So here also it's the same thing. So you instead of having everything on yours, you're actually sharing with other organizations. For example, let's say if you are working for Infosys, let's say you are when your source is given here, your space has been given here. Next to you, maybe you will have Wipro, you might have IBM, or you might have space for someone else, right? And how Salesforce is making sure that you are not utilizing or breaking other systems. Like we have some limitations called governor limits. Uh, for each and every feature that we are going to discuss in future, you will have the limitations. And the best, how do you build your system efficiently without cracking or breaking those governor limits is what the best practice is. Those things also we will discuss. Yeah. And yes, now you have everything in Salesforce. So earlier you have to set up the environment, right? Now you don't have to. The moment you got an idea, get the Salesforce and build the applications. And the best part is here you don't have to think about whether my application will work on tab or a mobile or is that only on the laptop. You don't have to. So it by default supports everything. Okay. Then Yeah, this basically reduces the entire uh, uh, time frame of building your application, because you can concentrate more on building application rather than building your infrastructure. So that is where there are a couple of applications where it helps you to build app in days. And days is too much actually. You can say in 1 or 2 weeks, yeah, because if you have an idea to build the application and all, you will have a lot of meetings set up in setting up the team, that it'll take a week or so. So you can say a couple of weeks. So saying app can be built in days is too much if you take in an SDLC. Yeah. Yeah, this guy is CEO. This is not required. Hmm, this is very important. Who is not using smartphone? Stupid question, right? So which one is first? App Store is first, or maybe or Play Store is first in the market? When I say which marketplace has launched first, App Store or Play Store? First App Store, right? iOS is what is launched. Then post that, Google have built its own OS, which is Android, and in Android you have Play Store, right? And you know what? The idea or even the domain of appstore.com belongs to this fellow. As he is a close friend of Steve Jobs, he have given this to Steve, and he started using it. I mean, that domain. You can pose a session, you can search for it, saying that App Store plus Mark Benioff, you will see the entire story. And he came up with a new word called App Exchange. So basically, what we do in App Store. So you'll go there, you'll download your WhatsApp or Facebook or maybe your banking applications, and you'll start using it. Someone have built those applications and they are sharing with you, right? Same thing here also. And in app stores and play stores, like if they are free, you will pay, you will use it for free. If they are payable, you will use it by paying it. An app exchange is the same thing. I can build an application and introduce it in the marketplace, and based on the work, the availability, I can even sell them off for some cost, like Conga Composer, which helps you to define the PDF documentations. It is not for free. You have to take the product and the license, or you can use it for free of cost. Like there is an application called MailChimp or Field Trip of Salesforce, where those are again apps available in the App Exchange. I can use them for free of cost. But Salesforce will have a scrutiny team where we call it as App Exchange team, which will scrutinize your application a bare minimum of 3 months, looking at the view UI, how better the UI is, how better the security controls is, and then only they'll allow you to deploy it in their App Exchange products. Yeah. And of course, these are the numbers that people are using it. Again, this slide is little old. Salesforce is not actually publishing the new slides on this, but trust me, these numbers have actually tripled. There's also not required. This is, yeah, you can see the list of companies that Salesforce have acquired, and the list of the companies, the bigger organizations who are been partnered with Salesforce. And this is important. This number Salesforce have beaten up long back, $35 billion company. So for the next 6 years, bare minimum next 6 years, Salesforce graph still goes up, it won't go down. But now, why does it even important for me? Because if Salesforce is growing, the demand of Salesforce will also increase, right? And at the same time, the number of developers or the admins or the testers or the BAs will also increase. So that's where you can see your bar as well, right? Uh, Now coming to course content. Yes. So in this course, we will discuss about two modules of Salesforce. One is admin and the other one is development. When it comes to admin, I mean, both the sessions comes with 20-hour sessions. Right? Uh, but yeah, there are prerequisites. When it comes to admin, you don't you have to know a very basic knowledge about Excel. right? That is enough. Rest all I will be taking care. So I will help you to get a free environment from Salesforce. We'll define the credentials over there, and we'll see how the standard applications like sales and service works there. We'll see how do we build a new application from scratch in your organizations as well. And just give me a minute. I'll be back. Just 1 minute. Yeah. Hi. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Okay. So yeah, for admin, you just have to have a basic Excel knowledge. Beyond that, rest all I'll be taking care of. So we'll discuss about the data model initially. So where you will have to sign up with Salesforce organizations, and we will see the basic terminologies, and we'll see how these applications are being related, objects have been connected, formulas, validation, duplication rules, understanding the data types, different what are the different data types that are available in Salesforce and all. Post that, we'll discuss about the user interface. So basically, I'm discussing about the data model first, then UI, then we'll speak about the security. So you can see the list of all the features that are available in Salesforce security. And then we will discuss about the automations. Then we'll start deep diving into sales and service process, which is given by Salesforce. So Ram, why can't we discuss in the start? If we discuss this in the start of the system, so the terminologies will be a little difficult to understand, but by now, when I speak about some automation, you will understand very easily. So that's the reason to push it aside, even if it is a product which has already been built. Then building an application in an organization is yes important, but at the same time, as most of the applications, right, are migration applications in Salesforce, which means they'll say that okay, this has been built in ServiceNow, or this has been built in SAP, or this has been built in SharePoint, and we are using this application from 10 years already. Can you push it to Salesforce? Can you build the same into Salesforce? This is what the requirement comes into picture. Yes, you are very good developer or an admin or an architect who design the application, build the application, everything is sorted. But the customer says, how about the data? I'm using the data from past 10 years. Can you enable the same data in Salesforce? That is where we need to know how do we load bulk data into Salesforce. Because if a customer is using an application from 10 years, and if he has, let's say, 10,000 employees or something, he will have 1 million or 1 billion records that are to be pushed. So you can't create each one by one, right? So you need some tools. So that's where we'll discuss about your data loader, import visits, all this. Finally, once you have everything, we will start doing the data analysis using reports. This completes your entire admin course. Yeah. And yes, from then, if you have practiced, you will be having a lot of assignments, by the way. And I will be sharing my screen in very less sessions, at least in the admin part, because more or less it is one of you who will be sharing your screen and building this in the sessions itself when I'm helping you out. So two ways you will be, two advantages in this. One is, as you are new, you will be slow, so it will take time for you to navigate between the screens. And admin is all about how do you navigate, how do you connect. There is no a proper process for admin. So it's all about the navigations between multiple screens. So unless until we practice them well, right? So it will be very difficult. So that is where I'll ask you people to share the screens. And of course, one person will share the screen for the entire session. And then the rest of the other folks will get the assignments, of course, multiple assignments. Yeah. And post this, we'll go with development. For development, yes, the development in the admin in Salesforce is not the same as an admin in any other technology, because being an admin, I can build an application, I can write an automation rule, I can secure a user. But when you speak about admin in any other technology, it's all about securities. But in Salesforce, that is not the one. Now, even though I can build an application, build an automation, write an automation in Salesforce, when in the admin part, it's all about the standard features that is been given by Salesforce. But standard features of Salesforce may or may not suffice the customer requirements. That is where we have to go out of the box, right? So the development, which means whenever you see a requirement, first you have to check whether it can be resolved in admin or not. Why? I know the development. Why can't I build an admin development? Because these are the out of box features which is already given by Salesforce to you. And why do you need to customize them? Because when you customize them, you have to think about the maintenance and all. But if there are features which will help you to resolve it by the existing feature, by existing features itself, then it's better to use it, because Salesforce gets upgraded. So you will get by default support rather than you will have a support engineer, right? That is one reason for development. You must have a prerequisite as complete admin knowledge. Yeah. Because if you know that this cannot be done in admin, that is when you have to think about the development. And of course, again, here also you'll have all three layers: the data model, securities, and the UI. Data model is again coming from admin only, right? And of course, the business logics are Apex. We call it as Apex. It is something similar to Java. So that's where I mentioned here you must have basic knowledge on object-oriented programming. First, that we'll discuss about how do we query. In admin, you don't have to write any queries, by the way, because it is directly connected. You have APIs, JavaScript APIs, so it will automatically take care of yours. So that's where I mentioned you just need to understand the basic Excel structure. That's enough. But in development, you should know how to write queries. We will discuss about the queries, and then we'll discuss about synchronous and asynchronous Apex. Synchronous Apex is nothing but triggers. Asynchronous Apex, like handling the bulk data with or without your appearance or availability in the system. You can run some logics. You can ask the system to run a logic morning 8 o'clock every day. And once you define the logic and happily sleep, every day it will run. How to do that? We'll discuss. Post that, we'll go with the user interfaces. So when it comes to user interface, we'll discuss about two features. One is Lightning Aura components. which Salesforce introduced in 2014. And yes, from 2019, Salesforce says that everyone to use Lightning Web Components, but there are a lot of people who are still using Aura components, and a lot of applications are already built using Lightning Aura. So that is the reason I would like to cover Aura and LWC rather than just telling you that I'll cover LWC. Because I can simply say that, okay, I'll discuss only about Lightning Web Components, but let's say if someone says that, hey, Rajesh, this Aura component is already built, can you upgrade this to Lightning Web Component? Then you will be blank. So that's where I'll tell you both. Post that, we'll discuss about the email services and then the entire release management. So we do have different environments. We call them as sandboxes in Salesforce. So once the application is built in dev, then you have to push it into the testing environment, then UAT or pre-prod, and then to production. So how does this goes? We will discuss in release management. This completes your development. Now, when it comes to certifications, there are two types of certifications in admin and two types of certifications in development. One for admin, it is admin 201, which you can write it immediately post a session, right? And then you will have advanced admin, which needs little experience, right? At least 2 3 months of experience, because the topics are same, but they'll go a bit deeper. But for your interviews, like if you are looking for a job, admin 201 is sufficient. Post that, your companies will give you free vouchers, because each voucher will cost you around $200. If you are from India, it will add GST, which will come around 236, which is somewhere around 19,000 bucks. So I would rather suggest everyone to just go with admin or PD1. PD1 also is the same. So first complete these exams, get some real-time experience, and then go to PD2 or advanced admin. Yeah. Topics, as I said, topics are the same, but only point is those will go with practical questions where you need some real-time examples. So it needs some time. That's it. Yeah. This is all about your course content. Anyone? Any questions? Coming to the rules for the non-IT people, first you can start with admin. With admin, two things. One is, yes, you will have openings for admin. Plus, if you want, you can become a tester as well. That is another one. Now, the second one, Ram, I'm interested in development, but I don't know all this. Only thing is, if you understand this, if you have both admin and basic knowledge of development, you can apply for a business analyst role. That's a new role. I mean, of course, BA is an old role in itself, but from past 1 year, organizations are looking for BAs who know Salesforce, who are certified in Salesforce. So Salesforce BAs is something which is very important. And after a couple of years, once you can, if you are very much interested, which you will be for sure, because the moment you start, that is how it worked for me, because even I'm not an IT person. So I start my background as electronics. So I started my career as an admin, but I worked only for 2 months in admin. That's a different case. Yeah, I myself pushed into development. Any questions, anyone? Let's go back. Yeah. Sunanda, Akki, SM, AK, Prashanti, Tirupati.
No, Raj.
How will be the opportunities, Ram? Like, uh, do you think
It's good.
once we get
See, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not trying to push you into this, but yeah, I personally feel you are joining almost at the right time, because whether you're in India or US, one good thing is US elections completed. So people are going for vacations now. So this is the time to not just Salesforce here, like I would say any technology. This is the right time to learn something new. right? Because from Jan openings will be there. uh, Q1 is the time where a lot of openings will be there, so it will be easier to get the job. And coming to market and Salesforce, it's already good. So there are cases people said like, okay, market is down and all, but that is all rumors. Yeah, like you just keep. Obviously, you'll go with some. You will say that you will go with some 3 4 years of experience, right? So you just drop a profile in Naukri or something. Just wait for a day, see how many matched jobs will come into picture. Opportunities are very good. Any other questions?
So you are going to teach both admin and as well as development, right?
Yes, I'll start with admin first
Uh-huh.
because for development, admin is prerequisite. So I will complete the admin and then we'll go with the development. I don't want to go anything parallel because there are a lot of concepts which will match in between. So we'll complete one and then admin and then go to the development. And the way that we do is not simply I'll tell you a concept, you have to finish it off. Not like that. Rather, we'll take a use case in the market. For example, a real estate or maybe a banking sector. We'll pick one use case. We'll build an application right from scratch. Yeah.
Okay. So how many days of training it will require for completion of admin and then followed by development?
Uh,
Like how totally how many weeks of training and in that admin how many weeks it will take?
yep.
I mean, you can tell 10
20
without
days, 20 sessions each. So for admin, we need 20 sessions, 1 hour a day. So 5 days in a week is what we'll have the sessions. Uh, then for development also, it will be the same.
so 20 session means 5 into 4, so it's in a month time and we can complete the admin. Another month
Yes.
development, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And one more thing, like in order to practice whatever you're going to tell, is there any special environment we need to
That's what I
get
told
it?
you. Like, you will get an environment as well. It's free of cost. I'll tell you how to get that.
You mean to say Trailblazer, right?
Yes, not
So,
Trailblazer. So you will have a developer edition. You must have Trailblazer. Yes, it goes with its own funda, but rather will do in a different way.
so, so that means like whatever the training, whatever the practice we have to do, that environment like open source, like that means it's a free of cost. Just we need to register and we need to log in and then we can start using as per your instructions or a class. No need of
Yes,
any special permission from the Career IT Institute or anything like that.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's it then. I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Any other questions, anyone? Perfect. Yeah, thanks for your time on Saturday. I think we spent more than 1 hour. That's good enough. See you soon in the next session. Thank you.
One last question, Ram. Like, how about the training materials? What type of materials you're going to provide apart from recordings and all?
That you will get for every session, you will get a session-based topics.
So apart from recording, you're going to share some
Yes, yes. You will
PPT.
you'll get it from the consultancy itself. Yeah.
Sorry, I will get it from.
You will get from the consultancy along with the recordings.
Okay, okay. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, perfect.